I'm back, and today we tapping in with another session. Today we just gonna be talking about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, bro. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. It's gonna be a little short video, but we're gonna touch on a lot of few key points that can help you in your life and just whoever else. You see what I'm saying? So we finna get into it. We're gonna touch on the key points, and we're gonna get into it. Let's just do it. So, bro, the first point I would like to touch on with being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable in that type of position, bro. The first thing I like to say, bro, anytime I was uncomfortable and I didn't like it, but it was a good uncomfortable, I grew. It was necessary. It was necessary. Because if that didn't happen, I wasn't where I was uncomfortable at. If that didn't happen, I would have kept thinking whatever I was doing was okay. You see what I'm saying? Anytime I was really uncomfortable, whether it was taking information from somebody, learning something from somebody, or anything of that nature, you see what I'm saying? I ultimately grew, whether it was just in the mind or whether it was physical. You see what I'm saying? But anytime you're uncomfortable, bro, you grow. You sitting back and be like, well, I'm relaxed, I'm good, I'm comfortable. You see what I'm saying? That's complacent energy. That's complacent energy in your life. You don't want to have that in your life. You don't want to have that in your routine or your schedule. You see what I'm saying? You want to have that get up and do it. That self motivation. You see what I'm saying? So anytime, bro, you feel like you're uncomfortable and it's a good uncomfortable, but don't run away from that. Don't run away from it, because when you run away from it, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it, because it was like you're gonna be like, damn, it was a lot of shit I could have learned there and still been learning, and it could have helped me with my journey. Now I gotta go through one of the same tests, just in a different way to accomplish the same task. Instead of completing it the first time where I was uncomfortable, now I gotta be even more uncomfortable because I was too goddamn selfish and too lazy to actually take that in. And being uncomfortable is a good thing, bro. Being uncomfortable is a good thing. Not when you're in survival mode, but when you're uncomfortable to the point where you like, damn, you kind of shocked, you kind of scared. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? For that growth. Because when you allow yourself to get those different type of experiences, it helps you grow. It helps you grow. It helps you find the stable mindset and actually know where you want to go. You see what I'm saying? But it's like I was saying earlier, but if you're always comfortable, you see what I'm saying? If you're always comfortable, you're not gonna know what you don't like till somebody come over there and overstep your dumb ass. You see what I'm saying? Now you like, I don't like that. Why they do that? Why they do that? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that being uncomfortable is something that we all gotta get used to. Just for that growth part, that growth aspect of it. Because when you uncomfortable, bro, not only does it help you grow, but it open doors. It opened doors. Motherfuckers might want to come show you some shit because they can see, okay, this nigga a little bit uncomfortable. Let me show him a better way for this. Or let me show him this or show her that, just so they can be better off. But the moment you get comfortable with doing certain things and just so-called whatever, that's when you lower your guard. You see what I'm saying? That's when you lower all that shit and allow certain things to come into your energy, allow certain things to happen to you that was never supposed to happen to you because you were just comfortable. You see, the thing about comfortable motherfuckers, that's why at jobs and shit like that, when you see a motherfucker horse playing or something like that with a coworker, that's because some folks have become comfortable with each other and that energy and doing those certain things. You see what I'm saying? They're comfortable. But see, when they're uncomfortable with somebody, they're not going to go over there and do those type of things. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to do that horse playing and shit because they're uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? They don't know that person yet. So sometimes you want to keep it that way, where you're uncomfortable and folks are not comfortable around you because they don't get a chance to get to do the sneaky shit that they want to do. You understand me? What you gotta understand is this is a walk, and this walk is always gonna be walked alone, regardless if somebody's on your hip. You see what I'm saying? It's still gotta be walked alone and chosen alone. So, with you being uncomfortable, it lets you know, okay, I can deal with it. I can deal with it. You ever go through something and be like, man, damn, I don't know if I can deal with this for too much longer. But you just keep going. You just keep going, and then you got out of that shit, and that shit didn't do nothing but make you stronger and make you a better person. You see what I'm saying? Because you were uncomfortable. But because you were uncomfortable, it brought another self level of determination and drive within you that made you know, okay, I'm that nigga, I'm that female that can do this shit. But the moment you become just make the norm being comfortable, you're not able to get out that mindset. You're not able to really hone in on that inside power because you're always used to being comfortable. So when you working out, going hard, and your muscles start to get tense, or anything of that nature, or you reading and you start to stutter up on the words or anything, you're gonna quit. You're gonna quit. You're gonna quit. You wanna know why? Because it's uncomfortable for you. It's too hard. You see what I'm saying? You ain't used to that. You ain't used to putting in no work. You ain't used to going hard. You ain't used to really struggling and having to get it on your own and go from ground zero all the way up. Cause you used to being fucking comfortable. Stop being used to being comfortable. You won't never grow. You won't never grow. Shit. A lot of us are uncomfortable just being around a lot of people, but sometimes you being around those amount of people is meant for you. So they can either get the message or you can get the message, but because you're uncomfortable, you run away from it. You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep that in mind, bro. I told you I was gonna be a short video, bro. But that's my whole point. My whole point being, bro, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Ain't shit wrong with that. Especially if it's a good uncomfortable and it's making you better, get comfortable with it, bro. That's all I like to say, bro. Thank y'all for tapping in with the like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna get up out of here. Like I said, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Thank y'all for tapping in with me, like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna get up out of here. Peace.